This is News Center at 6.
Substance abuse is a growing problem in Maine. It impacts families, businesses, and entire communities. For the past 42 years, Serenity House in Portland has been helping to combat the problem by treating men with serious addictions. Not only is Serenity House changing lives, the work being done there is saving lives. News Center Susan Kimball reports.
Downstairs in the kitchen, Jack, the Serenity House chef, is busy making lunch.
Fresh mozzarella balls with cocktail tomatoes with a pesto vinaigrette.
Upstairs, residents Moose and Andy are hanging out in the room they have shared for 64 days, sober. Moose says there's no feeling quite like it.
Wonderful, really? Wonderful. I mean, mind, body, and spirit. I'm really becoming part of the world again.
Both he and Andy started drinking when they were young boys. At some point in each of their lives, they went from drinking to addiction.
Then I really started drinking in the morning, and throughout the whole day, and then throughout work, and through the evening. And really,
at Serenity House, they found the help they desperately needed.
This place is, in the time I've been here, it's been, I can't describe the feelings, how good I feel, it's the confidence again. I matter, you know I matter.
And it's been a godsend to me. Really? Yeah, this is a wonderful place.
This is the basement where we have the laundry room. We've got the counselor offices and administrative staff.
Michael Naylor is the clinical supervisor here. He says Serenity House gives those in recovery the tools they need to stay sober. But recovering addicts also need support once they leave treatment, transitional housing, jobs, and oftentimes forgiveness.
When someone is struggling with the disease of addiction, they don't behave well. And it taxes everybody's tolerance and their ability to be compassionate and their ability to stick in with people. But we know that if families stick in with loved ones, the chances of recovery go up astronomically.
Here, those struggling with addiction learn to let go of the shame and hold on to the reality that they're coping with a disease.
Maybe you'll see a street drunk, for example, and maybe a gentleman who's about 40 years old, and sometimes the initial response is, well, come on, just stop and pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And we would never say that to a cancer patient.
Roger Prince says it's not just the addict who benefits from the work being done here.
And I don't think there's any doubt in anyone's mind that proper treatment of a person with substance abuse for the long term is far less expensive for society than the lack of treatment.
Both Moose and Andy are learning to take life as it comes.
I live in the moment now. I don't worry about yesterday, and I stay out of tomorrow, and I just keep myself in the present.
I got a job now. I just got a promotion, and it's something I wouldn't have had. I know I wouldn't have. I don't know where I'd be without this place.
With the support that residents get here, long-term sobriety is possible. That's the life-changing gift of Serenity House. In Portland, Susan Kimball, News Center.
Michael Naylor, the clinical supervisor at Serenity, has a lot of helpful advice about addiction and how it affects families, and we have his entire interview on our website, WCSH6.com. Check it out.
This is News Center at 6.
Last week, Serenity House in Portland had its annual Christmas party. There was music and food and, most important, family. And that's something that none of the men staying at Serenity House take for granted. News Center Susan Kimball reports.
Okay, here we go.
Hi, kiddo.
Ryan Demmons has a lot to be thankful for this Christmas. His daughter, Savannah, is thriving. His former wife, Erica, still loves him. And he is clean and sober.
Erica, this is my counselor. Was my counselor Jen? Jen, this is Erica.
Ryan is a graduate of Serenity House, a residential treatment program for men with addictions to alcohol and drugs.
What we really do is really talk about the dynamics of addiction. how the very best of the best get blinded by it. It's not due to personal lack. We don't, you know, these are guys who have wonderful souls, and all they're really, what the work we do here is to really bring that back into their life.
An addiction, says Michael Naylor, can tear families apart. That fact is especially painful at this time of year.
And the men here will talk about that, just the sadness and the grief and the wish, really the deep wish of really wanting to reunite.
For many of them, this Christmas party is the first time in a long time that they've seen their moms and dads, their brothers and sisters, their wives and kids. Ryan and Erica know all too well that dealing with an addiction isn't a solo journey.
We've worked hard to get where we're at.
We have.
Today, you know what I mean?
We're not the 20 and 22-year-old we met.
They also know that recovery can mean a whole new life as a family.
And actually, we've become best friends all over again and are trying to divorce, but dating. And as strange as that is, it's awesome. We get along so much better than we ever have. And I believe because it's God and all his work, hard work.
Ryan came to Serenity House after hitting rock bottom. He believes that you can't push someone into recovery. They have to want it, more than they want anything else in the world.
You have to be selfish. It's very hard to say that. You have to be selfish. You come first. If you can't fix yourself or anything, you ain't gonna help nobody else. That's not happening. You know, so you have to, you're number one. And when you fix you, everything else falls together.
Giving Ryan that time and space, says Erica, wasn't always easy.
Like I had to Savannah a lot, my own, but I understood. He had to do the meetings. He couldn't come be with us as often as he wanted, but this was going to make it so eventually we were all going to be together all the time, you know, and we even attended meetings together. I gave him his one-year medallion.
When it comes to addiction, it's hard to separate the person from the disease, and everybody hurts. With sobriety comes a second chance. And for the residents of Serenity House and their loved ones, there is no greater gift. In Portland, Susan Kimball, News Center.
Serenity House has been helping men on the path to recovery for 42 years.